Welcome back to the lab. Sunday morning, pretty early. Our image, sorry about that. Transfer box mount. I wasn't happy with this. Just having these tabs out here in the breeze with no support through here. This side has got, obviously, a bend in it, like that. And I just got the feeling that with enough torque applied to this, that could be a weak point, be a starting point for it to kink over. Might rip this side off and then bend this side, and then bad things would happen because transfer box wouldn't stay where it needed to stay anymore. So obviously, I don't even need to tell you, I'm putting one of those on that side and one of those on the other side, and we'll put some little holes in it to make it look nice, and then I'll be happy that it's going to be strong enough. It probably was going to be fine, but it was bugging me, so it's not going to anymore. Sorted, more or less anyway. It's been through our highly sophisticated beautification program. Spray bomb, spray can, outside in the sunshine. Yeah, that won't rust. Good, done. Later that same day, she's been running briefly, not up to temp yet, although something got up to temp. That's rated at 30 amps. It's got a 30 amp fuse in there. We're driving 2 fuel pumps that should be using less than 15 amps each, and we've cooked the fuse. That got really hot. It didn't blow the fuse. It cooked it. I'm just trying to one-handedly pull that out of there. It is welded in by the looks of it. Dirty contacts on there. Create high resistance. Gets hot. It's very, very hot. Put my hand on that and nearly got burned. I went, oh, how's that? Whoa, okay. So we're not going to be able to run, crash. We're not going to be able to run one 30 amp fused relay to run those 2 fuel pumps. That's not going to work. It's going to get dirty contacts in there. It's just the way it is. And it'll do that at racetrack one day when we most need it working perfectly. It's going to fail. So I'll have to look into that. There's solid state relay blocks that you can buy that have got 4 high powered relays built into them that are over volt, over amp, and all that sort of over current rather, all protected and smaller than that. It'll look tidier than that. It might be that I'll get my hands on one of those and put that in here, and that will sort that out, and we won't have to deal with that again. That is probably bin material. I don't really trust that. Other than that, things seem to be going okay. I need to put some more water in there. That's my little doofer. We've drunk that while it's cooled down. There we go. There we go. Now we can do something exciting. Sunday Arvo, the neighbours won't mind, will they? I have not wired up this lot here yet. To make sure none of those are shorting out on anything. So we won't see a gear position indicator here. But I keep going to do the old wriggle to make sure it's out of gear like you do. Oh, it was close, wasn't it? That was really loud. Something not right there. The battery's too small, I think, and we're not getting enough voltage to run our coils, etc. while it's cranking. And then if it's still got enough momentum and you catch it, it fires up. So the clutch is working alright. You hear the gearbox slow down, almost stop. You can hear the clutch doing its rattly thing. Oh, there you go, second go, it still works. Might need a bit more of a bleed up. Gearbox is making a little bit of noise because the whole lot's rotating, and it's got nothing to stop the output shaft turning, right? So it's doing things harmonics with the engine as the engine turns. But first, second, third, fourth, fifth. No more because we're in fifth gear. Fourth, third, second, first, neutral. No more because we're in neutral. It works! Yay! Of course it does. Fans just kicked in because we're up to 60. Apparently. There you go, see the clutch probably just needs a bit of a bleed. Yes, shorts, got hot. I got hot. Right, some more stuff to look into. PDM, I think. Power distribution module. I think we need one in here. And one of those other ones in the front there. I bet the neighbours really appreciated that loud pop. You get that when the power is turned off for a coil at the wrong time, and that makes the coil fire. And if it just so happens there's fuel in the chamber that hasn't burnt and the exhaust valve's open and you put a spark in there, pop. That's cool. We'll be doing more of that with the sequential box going anyway, so that will be all good. Let's take the gear knob off this, get ready for the new one when it arrives. I'm gonna have a look at the wiring and stuff. I'll put a jumper pack on it. It's highly likely that the battery that I've got is just not up to the job. So it's another thing to put on the list, is a proper lightweight racing battery rather than an alarm battery backup system for a house. It kind of sort of works, but it looks like with the slightly higher compression that we've got now with a freshly built engine, it's struggling to crank it over. Never mind. Ran it up for a bit longer, not happy with it. It's getting too hot. So I used a standard thermostat in there. It might be a Maxima one, I'm not sure, I can't remember. It was what was available at the time. And the Maxima one probably runs hotter than the 350Z one. The standard 350Z one definitely runs hotter than the, can't remember the brand. It might have been Mishimoto or Tomei or something. I had a low temp thermostat in there originally. I need to get my hands on another one of those. That one had failed. The rubber seal around the outside of it was disintegrating. So I need another one of those to put in there. And I also want to double check the circuit for the cooling system to make sure I've got the recirc water feeding back to the right port that's behind the thermostat, just in case I've got that wrong and that's making it run hotter. It's way up there. It's like 95 degrees C. I'm not happy with that. I mean, it might be fine for a town car, like a Nissan Maxima type thing, but it's not going to be fine for this. So just, I mean, something else to look into, right? So there's only about 50 million things that I've found that I need to fix today. So that's cars. Oh, wait, there's more. So I had a look at the fitting, I'll show you, on the engine for the bypass, water bypass. And I searched, scoured online. It was quite hard to find, and found some images of the thermostat housing area and decided that I might be better off with my bypass hose on the other port. There's two ports in the same area that looks like more or less the same thing, but not quite. Shifted it. We're stable at about 93, 94 degrees C, which is a bit hot, but I think that's probably going to be, it won't be a Maxima one. I said it might be a Maxima thermostat, but it won't be because they have a different housing. It's got to be a 350Z one, but it's one that runs a bit hotter than what I would like. So that might be normal for that thermostat. It's not normal for what I want. So that black fitting that you can see there with the insulated hose that's next to the exhaust pipe, there's basically, there's a blue blanking cap below that. There's basically two ports on the block, or the head.
got to be the head because it's next to the exhaust. That look like they go to pretty much the same place, but they don't quite, and depending on what thermostat you have, there can be some differences going on inside there. So moving it to the top one would a bit more stable, and 3, 4, 5 degrees lower. So winning a little, but I've got to get myself one of those low temp thermostats to go in there, and that will take care of that problem. I think we've made enough noise for today and annoyed the neighbours, so it is time to go. Alright, cheers, bye.